do it to others how you want them to do it to you.
Right.
Treat people how they treat you. You treat me nice, I love you. You treat me bad, I do you like doo-doo. I flush you. What the fuck? I ain't seen a celebrity in a long time. Look at that motherfucker celebrity. Hey, come on, celebrity. Do it for the hood folk. Yeah, yeah.
What's up, hood folks? It's your boy Rashad.
And this is Jeremy. So today is July 18th, 2025 as we make this video. So how are y'all feeling today? Today would have been my sister that died in 2022. Today would have been her birthday. She would have been 52 years old today. So we just all over the place in emotions and stuff, but still, everything is still out good, I guess. For the most, y'all hear that dog? That dog can't on like he gagging and stuff. Y'all hear that dog? Anyway, but yeah, so we just all over the place, but we still had planned to do this video today. So shout out to all our hood folks and shout out to everybody that's watching the videos and everybody that's going through different emotions and good, bad, happy, sad, you know, another day is coming, hopefully. All right. So, hood folks, we ain't gonna make this video drag today. We're not gonna make this a sad video at all. And we can't be talking about regular stuff either, because we noticed when we told y'all about the last video that we put up yesterday about the house, y'all didn't watch that video. That wasn't
I was disappointed in y'all.
Not disappointed. I ain't gonna say that. But I noticed that people, regular stuff don't interest people. Like, like just regular conversation don't interest people. They want to hear some graphic stuff, some gossip, which I'm not interested in gossip and stuff. But I did tell y'all on the first video that we came in with Monday that we're gonna tell y'all hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. Well, we didn't stay in Holiday Inn, did we?
Nah, never stayed in Holiday Inn.
Hotel Chronicles. So, we went through a lot of money staying in a hotel. Get that dog out of here. We went through a lot of money staying in motel and hotel, and the few people that we did, our friends and family, we was telling them that we was staying in the Motel 6 in Red River Inn. They were like, oh my God, that cheap hotel. Y'all, 71 days in a hotel and motel, and the average price of the hotel was around $65 to $70 a day, and then the rates went up on the weekend. And yes, we were moving a lot. Well, the longest place we stayed probably was in Houston. Then we moved from Houston to Dallas to Louisiana, then to Mississippi, then Alabama, Georgia, North and South Carolina. Then we came back again, then we went back out. So we were staying in a lot of different places, but we stayed in hotels 71 days. And multiply that. 71 days times a rough $68. That's like $5,000. That's a lot of money. Now imagine if we were trying to be fancy and stay in top hotel that's cost $200 and $300 a night. We've been out 10,000. No, everybody ain't got it like that. We ain't rich like y'all. We ain't rich and got all the money like y'all, because y'all got all the money. We the broke ones over here.
And plus, I didn't want to have to pay for a pet fee either, because this damn dog, they charge for pets.
Right.
So
you had to pay a security deposit a lot of places, $2,500. And then when we were looking at our bank account, it was so fucked up. One day, we looking at the account, we standing at a place, we had to pay $100 deposit. Then we waiting on a refund to come back because we got our deposit back. And then we had to pay a deposit this place. It's just like, oh man, we should have started paying with a rush card. I should have got me a rush card. The rush card.
Shit,
I should have got me a prepaid Visa or something. We should have got a prepaid Visa. A green, what is it? Was it green card? What was the green card called? Yeah, I'm thinking green dot. It had to be green dot. Anyway, so here, folks, we saw some Chronicles. We saw some Chronicles in the hotel. I'm gonna tell you what, I was surprised from all the cities we stayed in, all the time we stayed in, we didn't see a lot of gay behavior.
No, we didn't. I didn't see it unless it was just very discreet.
Right. We didn't see a lot of gay. Now, we saw a lot of hooking up, doing a lot of stuff, and a lot of this and that and that and this and that. But we didn't see a lot of gay behavior. There was a lot of sex and a lot of trash stuff. In the first video I told y'all about, we saw this lady walking in the hotel with them
TV.
This lady had to be what, about 60?
She looked like she was probably like 60 years old.
and she had her high heel was longer than his mic stand, and she really did go over. We was in this room. She went to the next door, and it was a younger guy over there. Had to be about 20. He was under 25. What you think?
I don't know, because you never know nowadays. A lot of these they look young, you know, and they can be old.
Actually, it's the other way around. I feel a lot of these people be looking. Oh, it be like they 19. Like, bro, you just 19? Damn.
Yeah, but nah, he probably was in his 20s. I say 20s to mid, early to mid.
So now staying in the hotel, one thing I did not do is I did not turn the TV on much. I don't watch TV no more, for real. I was spending a lot of time, you know, on my phone, looking at cities and looking at houses, watching pro black stuff, whatever. But we was in the room just chilling. And the only reason we saw her because he had went out to walk the dog, and then when he went to walk the dog, I was going to the truck to get some out of the truck. So we came again at the same time, and we saw her. And probably about 30 minutes later, we heard Mariah. That boy, when she was giving that boy the beat, and how he came on?
Yeah. You motherfucker.
And then the damn dog was over there howling. Cause I mean they really was carrying on, and I was like, what is she doing to that dude? I'm like, I'm being serious. On some real shit, I was curious. I was curious to either watch it or go in and join. And I don't think I want to join it because I didn't want to sing that high. I didn't want to go up there in the rafters and sing. She was giving it to him to bed, and it wasn't her making a noise because it was him. Because we heard her voice and we heard giving the bed.
Maybe it was his first time.
Probably was. You think she?
He put it on him.
You think she paid? He paid her?
To be honest, no, I think it was the other way around. I think she maybe paid him.
Really?
Because she looked like she was a sugar mama.
I don't know.
Because them heels didn't look, they didn't look like they was cheap heels. Them heels are like they cost money.
Well, I don't know how much heels cost, but the business was given. And a lot of times he would get mad at me because I would be sitting in the hotel room how?
Naked, without no clothes on.
So today is May 16th. 2025. Damn, today, 25 years ago, May the 16th, year 2000, I graduated from high school. Damn. I'm sitting here reflecting that if I knew then in year 2000 that in year 2025, 25 years from now, Jeremy, you'll be in your 40s. Make sure your plan makes sense, man. Anyway, so I'm sitting here in the wonder, y'all. Like, this is our truck right there, you know this is our truck right there. But I'm sitting here in the wonder. Rashard walked over there to the store to get him something to eat. And I'm sitting here in my birthday suit. Y'all already know. I can't go no further. Y'all can see some manhood. And there go the mutt. Is he looking? You fucker. And he by the door, waiting till Rashard come back. Y'all, I'm sitting in this hotel, and we've been in the hotel for almost a month now, and we've been traveling to different little towns and cities, and I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, where I want to be, and everything. And the best thing to do is move in silence. I ain't really telling my folks where I'm at. I ain't telling my family where I'm at, my friends. I ain't even telling y'all. In real time, today, y'all are caught up in that goof-ass Puffy trial on social media. Every time I log into Instagram, because I'm trying to stay away from that shit too, y'all on that Puffy trial, and I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't. You know why? Because Puffy situation is his situation. Today, I'm trying to figure out where I want to live at, what city and state I want to live in, or we want to live in. And I'm trying to figure out that I don't want to make no more bad decisions or make decisions on impulse and feel regret and bad a day or two or a month after I've made that decision, i.e. this house, moving to Houston, So I don't want to do that no more. So now I'm just trying to figure out what is next and what makes the most sense to me. So that's why I can't give no input, no opinion, or nothing else going on in the world. I'm distant from my family. I'm distant from y'all on social media.
And I didn't like that because people could look in the room at certain point.
I didn't care. They shouldn't be walking and looking that hard. And they used to look hard too. I didn't care. I mean, literally, when I say naked, I mean you can see my belly, dick, balls, ass, everything. And when I would get out the shower, I didn't care because I was comfortable. But anyway, what about the white dude that stayed across from us that ordered DoorDash? Every time we looked out the door, he reaching and grabbing some DoorDash. I said, I bet that big fat son of a bitch got a whole Golden Corral buffet in his motherfucking room.
Had it lined up with the heating trays and everything, it seemed like, because that dude was ordering so much food. And, you know, of course it was, I seen him get some liquor, so he was, you know, he ordered some liquor from Total Wine and More. That's what the bag said, at least. I don't know. Maybe he was slipping.
Total Wine and More in Baton Rouge. I don't know. It's a liquor store.
It was some liquor store. I don't know.
We were in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Oh, I like Baton Rouge. I like the Baton Rouge. But we was in Baton Rouge, and I was like, yeah. Every time I look right, I mean, literally, he was out doing me every hour he would get something. Somebody would come dropping a bag off. I said, look at that fat son bitch, he out there again. That son bitch out there again.
See, me, I was kind of like, damn. You know, I'm looking at him like, well, maybe he hungry. But me personally, I don't know. I can't do DoorDash though.
I don't either.
I don't trust it.
I don't trust nobody bringing my food out. Like I don't trust it. Like I be feeling like they probably contaminated. I'm gonna leave it at that. They're contaminated. I don't trust to bring my food out.
Oh. Hey, Jeremy, you remember Snowflake from Garland, Mesquite area? Red Roof Inn?
Oh, y'all. And so we stayed, like, we was in the Red Roof Inn in Garland. It had to be Garland.
It was either or. They right on the border of each other. Fuck it.
Garland, Mesquite. This is the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
GM.
Anyway, this white lady, she had the rough nights of her life. She was sitting on the step when we were getting our stuff out, and she go to us, you know, she said, hey guys, I'm trying to get some money tonight for the pay for my room for 2 nights. I don't get paid until Friday. We was like, well, we don't got no money. Well, I can do some things. You know, she offered to clean out our truck for us, which I should have took up on the offer to clean that truck. I ain't like for the dog havers everywhere. But the thing was, she offered to suck some dick. Talking about, well, I can take care of you guys. And we were like, how? And she was, I can't, because I don't be doing it. But she was, her tongue was hard because she was able to but she did her. But I didn't want her to suck my thing for real. But I get, you know, I know my teeth are messed up. You know, I know my teeth are messed up. I got some struggle teeth. But when she showed me them little teeth in her mouth, I said, oh my God, you got wax melts in your mouth, them little teeth. I said, oh my God, that bitch is circumcised, that dick. I didn't want them, I didn't want them. So we're like, nah, we good. Because she didn't know we was together. She just thought we were just 2 single homeboys, got our own bed and got our own bed and stuff in the same room.
But we always slept in a king. Only that one time.
But we were like, nah, we okay. You sure let me know I'll be out here all night. I'm like, I know you will, but I'm telling you, you know, we pro-black and stuff, but she could have got a black man. She could have got the best looking black man in Dallas. And she would have got a house. You know, black folk love white folk like that.
Yeah, well, that could have been an issue. But yeah, me personally, I was like, nah, I couldn't do it. And it was just because of, because I don't want, I don't want my private areas to be trashed and slashed.
What?
Them teeth.
I don't know, but she might have would have had that.
Or maybe they was a pull-out teeth.
I don't know.
Pull them out.
And speaking of sex, now this one here was kind of little, I ain't gonna say embarrassing, but it was weirded out. Now when we went to Augusta, Georgia, we stayed in the Motel 6 in Augusta, Georgia. I noticed that a lot of Red Roof Inns are hotels and Motel 6 are motels. Y'all know the difference, right? What's the difference? A hotel is what?
A hotel is when your door to your room leads to a hallway. That is a hotel.
Okay. A
motel is when your door leads outside. Like you go outside and you can see the beautiful world in front of you.
All right. So when we was in Augusta, we had got into an argument. And we were arguing about, because I was telling him that I know I don't want to live in Greenville, South Carolina anymore. Spartanburg, South Carolina was a possibility, but again, I could go back to South Carolina. I liked South Carolina, Spartanburg, but I didn't like Greenville no more. But when we was in Augusta, I was telling him that, we could go to Alabama. We were just arguing about different places to live. And so, let me give you another backstory. It was a guy that stayed behind, like our bed here, We stayed headboard to headboard. But anyway, we had been talking to him. We had talked to him earlier that day about, different shit because he saw we had a Texas tag. He was telling us that he used to live in Texas. And, once people see the tag on your car, they want to give you a life story.
I stayed in Texas. I love Texas. I just had to move back home, be closer, closer to my family and everything like that. But yeah, I love Texas. I want to go back to Texas.
So we had talked to him for a good little, 30 or 45 minutes. Then he was talking about the dog. Just random little small talk conversation, which I absolutely fucking hate. Anyway, so fast forward, we were in the room arguing about what we're gonna do. And then we got to arguing, for some reason, fussing and arguing in our case sometimes leads to sex. I'm not finna sugarcoat shit. We grown 43. Anyway, so we did it. We was doing it, and a whole lot of passion and carrying on. I'm sorry, baby. I can't live without you, baby. We gonna be happy together. We gonna get a house together. We gonna get another house together. All that bullshit.
Why you telling our business? Got me blushing.
You wet? You wet now?
Ain't nobody wet.
That little pussy wet?
Gassy. It's gassy right now.
But no, either way, so we got through and whatever, went to sleep, whatever. So the next day, we get up and we about to try to go find us some breakfast. And he's like, what's going on, fellas? And we like, nothing. I look at me saying nothing, like I'm from New York. I'm like, nothing. And he said, I want to just tell y'all something. He said, what? He did do one time about, y'all are some passionate good dudes. Y'all are very special. I heard y'all argument last night, and I heard that after something he said, we said y'all are some passionate guys. He said that right there is a good solid foundation for a relationship. And I was like, oh hell no, y'all. I'm telling you the truth. I felt like I don't normally get embarrassed because embarrassment ain't in my vocabulary, but I felt so awkward and weirded out. He liked it, like he was blushing. I was like, yeah, you want to get your head slammed to the hood?
Hey, I mean, you wouldn't expect, not saying this to everybody, but a black man who didn't come off as being gay, didn't seem like he was gay, just looked like he was a black man about business, that talk to two men about them having sex and being passionate. Normally, you see that they talk to you one day, they hear something like that, they won't even look at you. They'll look at you with a stank face and walk off. But he actually came off like that. And I was surprised. That's why I wasn't blushing. That's why I was just like, like he actually came at us like that. Like, okay.
And I didn't know he heard us because we weren't even loud. It ain't like we said, oh, shit, you better take it. You better never leave me. You gonna be, we was passionate and quiet. But, and speaking of sex again, you remember we checked into this hotel and was it in Louisiana? Monroe? We went to Monroe. No. It was in Vicksburg, Mississippi. The Econo Lodge. Y'all, the Econo Lodge, 1995 looking ass hotel in Vicksburg, Mississippi. I actually like Vicksburg. When I went to Vicksburg, I like Vicksburg, Mississippi. It definitely was a content. Well, we ain't gonna tell y'all where exactly we gonna go to, but it'll be, Anyway, we get to Vicksburg. And we checking in. I had got out of the car to use the back. I had to pee. And so I got out of the car. He checking in. What?
Go ahead.
He checking in. Old Indian lady talking about, it's only one king bed. One king bed. You want two queens? I give you the same price. And we're like, no, we only need one king bed, man.
Please.
One king. So she said that she was offended because we were two men getting a king size bed. We noticed that a lot too. A lot of women, when we check into hotels, that's why most times I stay in the car and just hide out. But when they see it's two men going into a king size, it's like they get up like, you don't want a king queen. Anyway, but she was in her feeling triggered hard. And I'm like, lady, we don't want the one king size bed, ma'am.
Like, you're not paying for this room. We are. So, like, why does it matter? Just give me the damn room that I not applied for, but that I not rented out. Damn.
Paid
that I booked.
Right.
Shit.
Now, some hotels, they did have the upper hand on us when we didn't have many options, and I didn't want to sleep in the car. And we had this old damn dog. So anyway, she ended up giving us room with attitude with her ugly ass.
I think most of the Motel 6s and the Red Roof Inns are owned by a lot of Indian folks.
all Motel 6 and Red Roof Inn, because I'm telling you, from Texas all the way up to North Carolina, even in Alabama, when we stayed in Alabama, y'all, I ain't see no black folks in the hotel running it. Okay, in Tuscaloosa, I saw a black woman and with black maids there. But other than them two cities, other than Tuscaloosa, all the other places in Greenville and what we say, North Carolina? Your hometown, wasn't it? Yeah, we say your hometown, North Carolina, Greenville, Augusta, Georgia, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Vicksburg.
Now, Baton Rouge, they did have it was a black dude. That black dude was probably like 6'2", 6'3", but he was working like the night shift at the hotel, the motel we stayed at.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember that.
But what I'm saying is they all own, the Indians own all the hotels, all the Motel 6, all the Red Roof Inns. And then you saw a lot of Indian families stand in the hotels. And I used to ask them all the time, do you think they millionaires, or do you think they at least got $500,000 of liquid income in their bank? He was like, yeah, all the time. Because these people will just live in the hotels with their families. We'll see their kids, we'll see the wives. But I tell you one thing I didn't see, trigger. I didn't see no swirling. I didn't see the Indian man with his white wife. I didn't see the Indian woman with her black husband. They keep it in their culture. They didn't go and, so yeah, they killed it right there. So,
But yeah, so like I said, if you go to a hotel and you say and you see the management or the company that is ran by and their last name Patel, just know they are from the great country of India.
What? And they started early. They kids. Mm-hmm. They started the kid live and keeping the family being. I mean, I can respect it. I can't hate on it. I didn't see, like I said, the whole time I didn't see nobody running them but the Indians. Now we saw the Mexican people doing the cleanup. So we stayed in this one Red Roof Inn, and we had a housekeeping lady look like a bumblebee in the face and a bulldog in the ass. A Mexican lady, and she was so mean and ugly looking.
Rashard IG looked like a bell pepper. But hell nah, I didn't love that bitch. No, because the thing is, let me tell you, and I am so happy you brought this up. Let me tell you the reason why I couldn't stand this bitch. We first got there, right? We checked in. Nothing wrong. The guy at the front was cool.
And Indian.
Yeah, he was Indian, but very cool. Was talking to me. Thank you for coming in. Anyway, so we stayed that night. That morning we got up and I needed some more towels or something.
Towels.
Yeah.
Oh, let me say that for you. You can see. No, we don't use the hotel towels. We use the towels to stand up on. When we get out of the shower, we stand on the towels, and we use the towels to wipe up nut when we fuck. Anyway, keep going. Hey, we gonna keep it real in this damn channel.
Yeah, but nah, that's for real. Like, we didn't use it to wipe out, to dry off and stuff with. So, but anyway, so she looked at me and she was okay at first, but then. She didn't give me attitude like she started. But then when she seen me and him was in this room, she started hating me for no reason, mean mugging me and all this. Germany used to always give her a little weird look. And I know one thing: when we remember when we was leaving and we wanted the room to be clean, like all the whole room, the bed to be changed, all that. So we left the window open. We sat outside, and we was just sitting outside in the truck, just looking at her. She came in she slammed that damn curtain so fast because she didn't want us looking at her clean up. Man, she was a bitch. Like she was a real bitch. Like, I wanted to slap her. I wanted to slap the C's out of her. Because bell pepper got them C's inside of it. I wanted to slap the C's out of her. I one time I told her, I just got tired of it. I said, what the fuck you got up? I said, what the fuck problem do you have with me? And she looking at me like she understand. I said, bitch, I know you understand. I'm like, look at her like she worst housekeeper ever. Yeah, maybe she was mad because nobody was taking her down in the room and that little bell pepper was getting dry. I don't know. But yeah, she was a housekeeper from hell.
And me and Stingy would only give us, like, literally, we would turn in the towels and then she would count us out 2 towels, you know, or she would make sure that we give her dirty towels, and then she would give us clean towels. Then what made me even more sicker, now imagine if we were actually using those towels to bathe with and stuff, it'll be so disgusting. These people will be washing the nasty toilet stools off with their hands, and then they'll take them dirty gloves off and then get the new towel with the clean towels. Like, that's disgusting. They'll give us cups with them dirty hands. I'm like, no, that's so, look at that.
That's the one thing that I felt that was nasty about hotels too and motels, because you know they be cleaning and then they want to give you stuff, and I didn't like
Motel
it.
6 in Little Rock, we just stayed there one night when we was driving through Little Rock. I like Little Rock too. Little Rock, I know people say Little Rock is a bad city. It seems like all cities are bad city. Name me a good city with no crime, no city. But we stayed in Little Rock. Didn't that really happen in Little Rock, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma? Nothing happened in those cities. Y'all, we were traveling. I was like, damn, we putting so many miles on this truck. We should have had rented us a damn Geo Metro to drive through all these damn places. We were just driving to all the different hotels. I noticed that, like I said, in the hotel wasn't a lot of sex going on in the hotel. A lot of women didn't sound satisfied though. One time I thought I was a little perp because I used to be listening to the wall, because you get the walls in these hotels were real thin where we could hear them, and we would listen to them. And plus, like I said, I didn't have the TV on. I didn't have my TV on in it for real. And we'd be listening, and it'd be a whole lot of sex going on, and they didn't sound satisfied. Oh, bitch, this my pussy. Yeah, it's your pussy. You know, they didn't sound
that
satisfied.
was the truth. You heard that, and then you look like, damn, like this girl ain't getting her sex. She ain't getting what she wants. She just doing it just to do it, just to make him happy, because she wasn't enjoying it.
But the weird out of all the hotel stay, the absolute weirdest one didn't involve sex at all. You know, when we stayed in the hotel in Houston the longest, waiting on the closing. But we got this one Red Roof Inn off of 45. 45.
Uh-huh.
And you remember the black woman? She stayed like 3 rooms down from us, so she would see us every day coming in the room, and she would speak. She'd see the dog. Hey, he's a pretty little dog. And she had a little boy about 5?
Yeah, he like about 5 or 6.
5 or 6. Anyway, there was the Friday we had went and got some pizzas, so we were just finna go in the room, just eat pizza and just chill out and just hang out. And like I said, she had been seeing us for the past week and a half, going in and out our room, and she speak to us, and we speak to he and her little son or whatever. And this one particular day, she has called up the day we're going to get the pizza. She said, "Come here, fellas, can I ask y'all a favor?" And we were like, "What's up?" She said she want to hang out. She said she wanted to hang out. She want to have a little fun. Would we watch her son for her while she have fun? We like, huh? That's so weird. Now, we could be some killers, some child violators, kidnappers, traffickers, all this kind of stuff. But she trusted us enough to leave her son with us while she go a couple of rooms over on down more to get high, party, and do whatever. And we was like, what the fuck kind of weird shit is this?
And me personally, I was a little, thrown by that, and I kind of felt uncomfortable because I thought it was a setup.
Yep.
I thought it was a setup, and I was just like, I was telling Jeremy, I'm like, I don't know, we shouldn't do this.
I know, but the good thing with us is I keep the one open at all times, so the curtain stayed open the whole time. We was on the bottom floor, so we was like, so she did come by the room and wave her son. She saw he was sitting on the couch, chilling, watching, playing on his little phone. The dog sitting there by him, and I was like, this is so damn weird.
And that was surprising to me. That damn dog was actually like that little boy. He seemed like.
I think that dog like kids.
Yeah.
I realized the dog. Listen, the dog like kids and white women. The dog is a coon. He a coon. Because every time, I'm telling you, if a black man, if a black man, a black woman come around, or a Mexican person come around, the dog growling at them. The dog scaring the white folk. See, look at that growler. But if a white woman come around, he just melting in her arms.
Maybe no, I ain't even gonna say it. Maybe he smell him on her.
That's messy. That is messy. That is messy.
No. I'm just saying.
That is messy.
But nah, it's just certain ways. It's just like a certain way you got to come up to the dog. Like, you remember when we went to your hometown and we seen your nieces.
Oh yeah,
he was kind of growling at her, but she just walked up on him and just started rubbing on him, and he was just.
That no damn dog. But anyway, back to the lady in Houston though with her kid. So she stayed hanging out for a good 5 or 6 hours because when she brought the little boy over there to us, it was about to be dark. And she came and got him by midnight, and she gave us hugs and stuff, and said, "If y'all ever need any favor, just let me know." We like, lady, we finna leave this bitch in a couple days. If you can come and just pay for our U-Haul truck, then we finna leave this bitch. Come on. But I thought that was weird though. The fact that. I guess what I'm saying is that some people can look at, I guess this is me assuming, some people can look at your energy and your vibe and see what kind of person you are. Cause she probably was watching us the whole time, you know, how we get out the car, how we cracking jokes on each other, how you got that dog, how we bringing food and stuff. You know, she probably just saw that, yeah, they some cool dudes, you know, they together, but they ain't gonna do nothing like that. But I would suggest nobody trusting your kids around no strangers, cause we really are strangers to their kids.
Yeah, he didn't know us for nothing but a week or less. And we didn't know him or his mama. We didn't even know who his daddy was. So
I know.
So it's just like, you know, some people they don't want to give their kid up to just a random person, but they just feel like they need a break just to have fun and just, you know, just reset. So I like I said, couldn't believe that she did actually ask us, and we actually did it. But yeah, be careful who you give your kids to. That's all I got.
Because we safe. Now, if anything, I would ask, hey, little boy, come here. What's your social security number and date of birth? Because when tax time come, we filing your ass.
Although we only kept you for 4 hours, we getting something back.
Staying in the hotel was interesting. I'm glad there wasn't no violence. I'm glad there wasn't no murder. Yes, you could say murder and rape and all this stuff on YouTube. I hate when people be like unalive and I don't say those words.
Well, anyway, you ain't gotta tell them. Let them motherfuckers be dumb like they are.
Anyway, but you can say those words as long as I can't say. For example, I can say murder, like it was a murder, it was a rape, it was a molestation. You can say these words and still get paid on YouTube. Now, I can't say I'm gonna do that to you. Like, I'm gonna come up and hug you today, but use those past words. I can't say that like, yeah, I'm going over tomorrow and I'm gonna hug you and love you. But you know, you can't do that. If it's considered a threat, then YouTube will like that go against community guidelines.
Right.
But also at the same time, I understand people want to code their words because you can't trust. I understand. So I take that back. I take that all back. You can't trust because one minute they say something's okay, the next minute, it's a violation. So I understand. But speaking of violation, we had this one Mexican guy who had a Silverado too. But our Silverado was 2017, 18.
Yeah.
His Silverado was about a good 2009 to 10. But he was such an asshole. And he would always park his truck next to our truck in the red roof end. And we was like, bro, could you slide this truck over some? Could you slide over? And he wouldn't try to do it. We'll park at the end of the parking lot. He'll come and park right there by us being a low down asshole. And then, you know, you can't go and complain about somebody parking next to you because he wasn't parking over the line, but he was parking so close that when I would get in the driver's side, I couldn't hardly get in. Y'all know my physique. Right?
Yeah, you're very rambunctious.
Easy now, easy. But he was an asshole. But there's one particular day he had got a little high or drunk or something. And what happened?
So he one day he decided that he wanted to break the law of the hotel area. Anyway, so they only had head, and they on the signs they put head in parking only. So he wanted to back his truck in. So he backed his truck in, had his front end over the line, and guess what happened after that?
Beep, 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 beep. But see, he was drinking and he was drinking or drunk or something, that bitch. Cause I watched, cause y'all know I told you I sit with the window open, and I watched this bitch. He coming in his room staggering, and they had repossessed came and towed his truck, and I was so glad. And for him to get his truck back, what we learned from the housekeeping, cause they gossip. Anyway, for what we learned from the housekeeping, he couldn't get his, cause he was out there arguing with them about his truck and the managers and stuff at his door. He could not get his truck back. He only had a certain amount of money for a hotel room and for his truck. So he had to catch a ride to get his truck back, and he had to get all his stuff out of his room. So he ended up losing his hotel room. I was so happy for him losing his hotel room. Good for him. Motherfucker, I wish I could have called ICE. I wish I could have called some of his ass. But that's so rude. People, a lot of people are contrary. They do a lot of stuff that they don't piss you off. And that's one thing that pissed me off is when it's an empty parking spot, an empty room, and people had to come and park right next to you or sit next to you when they have so many other options. Like, man.
Yeah, that was
good for him.
Yeah, I'm just saying that was good for him because you're gonna be if you're gonna be a bitch ass motherfucker, then you deserve what you get, and he got what he deserved, because you didn't have to go through all that and just be ignorant for no reason. Like, we asked you, you didn't do it, you wanted to be messy. Bitch, we was messy and laughing at your...
Sure was laughing. I was laughing. And he saw us in the door laughing too. I'm messy like that. I'm the kind of person, this is how I live. You know how they said, do it to others how you want them to do it to you?
Right.
Fuck that shit. Treat people how they treat you. You treat me nice, I love you. You treat me bad, I do you like doo-doo. I flush you. What the fuck? Anyway, hood folks, so I think that's all I highlighted chronicles from the motel for the past 74 days. 74 days we stayed in the hotel.
71 days.
71. Oh,
71.
I don't know. I don't think I want to do that no time soon. I don't want to stay in the hotel. I don't want to
Let's do it again.
No. And then what's also trash is we got hotels.com. Hotels.com used to have a nice rewards program back in the day. Now they don't got no rewards program no more. All that money we spent on hotels.com, we probably got back, what, $30?
With my total calculations, 35.
But it was more than that for real though, because sometimes we go and rebook rooms and stuff, and then we'll get a couple of points back. And then sometimes we'll book a week in advance for rooms because it'll be a little cheaper. But then if we checking out early, or if they had bugs, or if it was noisy or loud, then we had to leave, because I can't stand people walking above my head loud. I can't stand people talking loud, even though we had a fan too sometimes. Hotel living is not for the weak. It's something I would want to do again. Even though I hated that house, I was sitting there some days like, shit, did I make a mistake? Should I go back and ask them, can I spend the night or something? Damn.
Park my truck back in the park in the driveway and go talk to the neighbors and sit on the back of the... Yeah, let's do that.
All right, folks. So I hope that y'all are having a good Friday. We're going to try to make the best out of this Friday as well. Like I told y'all on our past 2 videos, is that we plan on doing something a little different on YouTube. Our energy probably be off for the next week. The past 2 videos, our energy been mellow, monotone, and moving forward, our videos probably be a little bit monotone. But after we get the normal flow back, it'll be a whole lot of trash talking. We're gonna be talking about relationships, politics, religion, life, just a whole bunch of stuff. And we're gonna be running out. Yes, if you heavily Democratic, you're gonna be triggered. If you're heavily Republican, you're gonna be triggered. If you're heavily Christian, triggered. Heavily LGBTQRSSWV TLC 3LW BBD, trigger nomenclature.
When you say triggered, I think you need to pull your phone down, because it sounds like you're muffling.
How the hell I'm muffling when I'm...
Because when I hear you,
triggered, that's what I'm doing. I'm putting it to my mouth. Triggered. I want to be a... Man, I want to sing so bad. Baby, it's Friday, and I'm gonna get my groove on. It's like I want to sing loud, but it's like my breath out of breath.
How in the hell is that even possible?
I don't even know. It's like my body want to sing like, Yeah, it's like I can't catch my key. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, you gotta catch it. Yeah.
No. Anyway, but like I said, tell the hood for what they need to do, man.
Hey, hood folks, like, comment, subscribe, and press that ugly ass bell button to get notified whenever we put up new content on this page.
And shout out to all of y'all who watched the last 2 videos we put up and all the other videos too as well we put up.
Yeah, we appreciate you and the support.
And I think that's all for right now. Tell us in the comments, what is one of your hotel chronicles? What did you do in the hotel room? Did you see some prostitution? Or was you the prostitute? Was you the one that was getting bowled out? Or was you bowled out? Or were you in the hotel selling plates and dinners? What were you doing in the hotel? Or did you bring the roaches to the hotel? Right there. Yep. That's it. That's who had the roaches right there.
So.
That's it. Open your bags up. Let us see. Oh, what is that?
I know which Red Roof Red you stayed in. I stayed in that same one. Yep, and then probably in that room that we left it with all the roaches in it too. But anyway,
we'll see y'all next time, hood folks. Have a good Friday.
Peace.